Chapter 36. The strong smell of ash rises Fedir awake like the undead. His breathing is heavy and warm, yet the heat from his mouth spreads across his covered face. In his vision there is no black or white. Instead, simply nothing. Normally panic would fill his mind, but he senses a calm aura in his heart, as if speaking of his safety and care. No longer does it conflict like before, but instead complies with his choices and thoughts like a guiding hand of a higher being. He grazes his fingers across his skin to find it patchy, burnt, and dry like bark from an old tree. Lastly, he combs his face and head to find himself wrapped in dry bandages. However, his hair remains undamaged as its long flow reaches down to the firm pillow he lifted his head from. He tries to speak, but his lips struggle to reach each other as if glued in place, uncomfortably stretching and cracking with each breath. Soft footsteps of a small person are heard from a distance. They approach slowly like taking in the sights, yet the emotion coming from the direction is filled with somber and distress. A heavy flap swings open and a cool breeze is pushed into the structure he lies in as it closes. A soft gasp of a young woman's voice echoes in the air. He can sense the person nearby through an aura his heart clearly communicates. Its being the same courageous blue from before. Without the use of sight, he knew who stood before him. His power knew. Hotaru. His head and heart spoke. Fedir. Her soft steps turn to stomps as she rushes towards him. Thank the goddess you're alive. We were all worried for you. Her silent sobbing and wet tears press against his flimsy chest, dampening the bandages covering it. Despite the sudden tackle, he feels no immediate pain, only the weak but consistent toxic burns deep within his skin, barely wrapping his thin arms around her to the best of his ability. With every subtle touch, he feels traces of old dirt and static, as well as deep underneath her skin along her back and arms. Soothing words like a song leave his mouth, and though they are muffled and distorted, they are his words, with his voice. Please calm yourself. Can you tell me what happened? It was awful. Orochi was grandma, and then Isamu fought her, and now she is gone. Her sob grows uncontrollable. It's been a few days since then, but I cannot unsee it. Pimiko was the person I sensed under Orochi. How does this all make sense? He thought. Pimiko raised them up, but to betray them at the end was unlike her. Fedir had no reason or ability due to his newfound calm nature to fret. He only had to understand why. Where's everyone else? Isamu is helping restore the village as best as he can. Aziza has yet to wake up. They say she may already be gone. I'm holding out hope for her as they said the same for you. But you're here. Thank the goddess you're here. Can I go take a look at her? A pause fills the air and her words struggle to leave her lips while she catches her breath. Her body shakes in his arms and he combs her messy, dirty, fuzzy hair to ease her. I'm sorry, Fedir, but I can't. The healer said Orochi's flame spread across most of your body and burnt through most of your skin tissue. Unfortunately, there is no healing spell to remedy this. Your body at this time cannot support you, and I don't know if it ever will. Then carry me. Please, Hotaru. That's all I ask. I don't fully understand what's wrong with me, but inside me is different. It's like I'm being told about people's souls, whether they have been consumed by darkness or hold virtues. Even now I hear many lives have already departed to the great beyond. Bring me to Aziza and allow me to confirm if this voice is correct. Another moment of hesitation, and the air cools with every turn of her cape. The short time feels like grueling hours, waiting for Hotaru to answer. A sharp whisper strikes his ears. Okay. She carefully grabs him, dressing him in a thin garment scented with sanitation. He feels it to be a similar length and texture to his robe. Finally, she lifted his fragile body onto her back. Pressed against her back, the sadness in her heart has faded, and her body radiates a warmth full of vigor and bravery. He hears her boots scrape along the rough dirt, and the flap of the tent opens once more. With each step, Fedir turns his head to sense the chaos around him. The noise is fairly quiet, with groans of pain or silent weeping, and the outside smells of battle are overpowering. But the energy of the people and land swarm the area like a raging battlefield. His heart warns him of the surrounding danger, the booming of their minds and the pounding of their hearts, the desperate cry of the earth. All of it has Fedir flinching to the surrounding intensity. Yet the worst awaits ahead as he faces forward to sense a dark evil. And like before, the dark evil smothers a ball of light, getting smaller with every closing second. Next to the encroaching horror, wailing with screams of demons, is an aura, hot like a forge, but not filled with hate, but determination. Isamu. A flap like before echoes in the ringing chaos, and a familiar manly breath escapes. His voice is strong and young, easy to confirm his thoughts. Hotaru? Is that Fedir? What are you thinking of bringing him here? He needs rest. It was my decision, Isamu. He has nothing to do with this, but he shouldn't be out of bed. Is that Aziza? Fedir asked, flicking his head over to the swallowing darkness. However, he doesn't need their confirmation. The pure aura gives her away. Part of him still hopes they may prove him wrong. Isamu puffs out a bit of hot air before continuing. It is. We don't know what is wrong with her, though. Because of your spell, she doesn't bear any physical injuries, but she has yet to wake up. She may already be gone for all I know. She's cursed. What? Hotaru shouted, her thundering voice disorienting. Are you certain? He struggles to find the words. His dry mouth manages to speak despite the pain they bring him. A darkness is looming around her heart, choking the remainder of its light. It's unholy, just like what Pimiko had. Orochi's flames must have cursed her. Briefly, Isamu mutters something quiet under his breath that gets quickly taken by the light wind. Grandma had the same thing? He takes an audible breath of anger. But that doesn't make sense, Isamu said. You were hit by that fire as well, yet you have awakened. I wish I knew, but I don't know why I haven't been stricken with the same hand. Well, your hair has also changed to that green color, and still glows as when we first saw it. Did you cast a spell on yourself? Could that be the cause of this transformation? He thinks deeply of his final moments. He remembers the emotions that consumed him, the orb's energy pulsating in his robes, the spell he casted, the fire approaching, the strange dream. No, memory. Was that my home and my mother? It's all too much to think, too much to grasp. His head needs to quiet for a moment before it drives him to insanity. I don't recall. It all happened so fast that it was like my body was telling me to save her with all my being. It felt the same as when I flew through the sky. In fact, these senses I have aren't foreign to me. He shakes his head. I can't think. It hurts. Never mind about me. The white light in her heart is dwindling and we need to do something. Slow down, Fedir. We don't know what you are saying. If you know of a way to save her, then spit it out. That's enough for now, Hotaru said. I can feel you shaking, Fedir. Your body is under too much stress. You need to continue your rest. It was wrong of me to agree to taking you here. Please, Hotaru. We don't have time for rest. Aziza needs our help, and the longer we wait, the more opportunity we lose. He forces his mind to sprint like an old racehorse with heavy stakes on the line. He searches into the depths of his knowledge, only to reach an uneasy solution, one reliant on the goddess. If we can get our hands on an Yggdrasil leaf, we may be able to save her. An Yggdrasil leaf? Hotaru whispered. It was written in the tomes of the church. The scriptures tell of how when the dark world was covered in toxic, the goddess flew to the heavens to retrieve a single sapling from the tree of life, sowing its seed at the center of the land. Once the tree was planted, 100 years passed before the world regained life and color, coating the wasteland in a luscious forest, bearing a special leaf from its branches every century. The leaf of Yggdrasil is said to remedy any illness, curse, and even bring wandering souls back from beyond. Please be serious, Fedir. Those are just stories. This is no time to follow legends. I am serious, Isamu. It's said that the world we walk was once the Dark World, and if the scriptures are true, then that would mean Yggdrasil exists. And where is the largest forest? Where is the center of our world? You don't mean the forest north of here, Hotaru answered. We were told our whole lives not to enter them. The trees are never ending and the monsters are ferocious. Get real, Isamu interjected, scaring Hotaru silent with a whimper, her body shaking with fear. You want us to go into a dangerous forest, hoping that this leaf is happily waiting for us to gather it? We don't have time to dawdle in some damn forest. What makes you believe any of this is even real in the first place? Because I have faith it is. Faith? Heavy stomps close in. Hotaru flinches her body, yet Fedir stays facing him and absorbing the spit coming from his mouth. How can you believe in faith? Your face is mostly gone. She has taken your sight. Your goddess has abandoned you. If only you could see the destruction around you, the tears they cry, the horrors of the remains of their loved ones right before them. Where was your goddess during all of this? Aziza is a lost cause, and we have to focus on Baramos before any more of this can happen. It's our job to take fate into our own hands. I don't know why this had to happen. You don't think this has me frustrated as well? I can't lose faith in her. She must have something planned. It has to be. His body burns to fight back, quickly matching his energy. Unlike you, I care about my friends, and I will help those who can still be saved, not because of my faith, but because of who I am. Baramos does need to be stopped, but not without her by our side. She is family, and I will do what is necessary to bring her back. Deep down, the words you spout, you don't believe. Those were Pimiko's words, not yours. As a refresher, your words were a promise to set out on this journey and return back in one piece. Please stop. We can't fight like this. Put me down, Hotaru. Please. Though reluctant, she slowly lowers him, but his feet never hit the ground. He feels himself upright and light as a feather. You're hovering, Hotaru gasped. He floats to the dark aura and feels himself reaching down to it. The repellent noise is deafening with every closing inch, but he finally reaches his hand to touch the small woman's skin, which is soft like silk, and he caresses her short, dirty hair. He presses his other hand to the bandages on his heart and feels an energy of great strength coursing through his veins. He lifts her to his chest and carries her with one hand underneath her head, with the other holding up her legs. He feels the wind and floats through the flap of the tent. Fedir, wait, Hotaru called. He tries to focus his senses towards the nearby forest Hotaru mentioned, though he mostly picks up on conversations happening around him, all swarming him like an echo chamber of chaos, soon finding Isamu's voice as he distances himself. Let him go. We need to focus on Baramos. Once he is done, the monsters will disappear as well. Gather your things, Hotaru. We're heading to Thedon. The sound of a gentle fall hits the soil as footsteps leave the tent, and another sob is added to his ears.